Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cinema Times podcast.
Yay! So we do not have Cam here
We do
this
not,
week.
because he is on vacation.
He is. He gets back
Yeah,
tomorrow, so he'll be on the next episode probably.
probably, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But before we get into today's episode, make sure you press that subscribe button on that YouTube channel. If you like it, make sure you press the like button. And let's start. Let's start with what were our
Intro.
last three watched on Letterboxd?
Well, I have not logged them. I haven't logged the last 4 movies I've seen this year so far, but I've seen I rewatched the whole Dark Knight trilogy for Batman Day.
Mm,
And so that was a fun time because I hadn't watched those movies in a little minute. And it was a good time to revisit that, especially with Batman Day coming. And I wish I would have been able to see it in theaters, but I worked
yeah,
the night of Batman Day, which
that
sucked.
sucked.
Yeah. But then I also watched Paddington 2, which was a masterpiece. So
It is a masterpiece.
it is the masterpiece.
It is.
So
The last 4 movies I watched were, fourth recent was The Exorcist, the new one, the first one, the good one. I rewatched it because I'm getting ready for the new one. I still
yes,
gotta watch.
sir.
I gotta watch the third one for the first time.
Yeah, I've not seen the second or the third, so
I'm not gonna watch the second one because I've heard it's terrible, so I'm just gonna skip to third.
fair enough.
My third is Theater Camp.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
really good.
I watched like the first hour of that last night. It was really funny so far.
Yeah, I really liked it. And then for the first time, my second most recent is The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes,
It's so
sir.
good. It is
It
so
is.
good.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best horror films ever made. One of the
Uh,
best
y- yeah.
horror
It's
remakes ever made, if not the best.
it is up there for sure.
And then my most recent, which I watched right before we started this, I watched M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, which is actually really good. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I love M Night Shyamalan. So yeah. That's the
Have you
visit.
gotten
I
to
have
The Visit?
actually I saw a long time ago, but I probably should rewatch it.
I saw that one for the first time.
Yeah,
It's
it's a pretty good one.
genuinely creepy.
Yeah, it is.
It's a cool twist if it wasn't spoiled for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that's how
it's
all of Shyamalan's films are. If you've been spoiled on the twist, it kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's you're still. That's the good thing about M Night Shyamalan. I think his movies that really work are movies that really draw you in, like Signs. Like, okay, you can say what you want about the twist at the end in the water, but I saw who was talking about this. Chris Stuckman said Signs is like so enthralling, and it just is. That's just like the truth, and that was a really good point that he said. But yeah, you can say whatever you want about that twist, but that whole movie is just like you're in it and you're terrified, and so yeah, I'm sure The Visit is just like that. But I haven't seen it in a little bit, so
The Visit more kind of like redeemed him after the happening was so terrible.
yeah. And was Avatar before that too.
Yes, I
So
yeah it was 2012. Yeah, The Visit redeemed him because the writing for the Visit is so good.
yeah,
It's funny. It's genuinely scary. I haven't been scared by a PG-13 horror film in a while. So,
that's true. Except
um,
Megan.
I wasn't scared by Megan. That wasn't scary at all.
Come on. No, it actually really wasn't. But I have like a weird appreciation for Megan, even though like I really didn't like it that much. But I just for some reason I really you know
Mm,
I don't know.
the unrated cut is better.
I actually never watched the unrated cut.
It's on Peacock. It's really good. It's a
I believe that. Yeah.
yeah. I gotta watch Asteroid City. I just got Peacock again, so I gotta watch Asteroid City.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Astro
Yeah,
City's up there.
I saw. Yeah, The Visit. Knock at the Cabin was really good.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I think with all of Shyamalan's films, they kind of deserve multiple viewings.
Hmm.
So, and I haven't done that for Knock at the Cabin. So, I think on a repeat, I might like it more. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was pretty good. Um,
Also, it was nice to see Rupert Grint again.
of course, yes. But he was in M Night
Servant.
Shyamalan's produced show.
Yes, he's in
So,
Servant, which just ended. I think.
really, yeah, I
Yeah,
watched like the first season of that. I couldn't really
it
get
was
into
good.
it. So,
But yeah. So, what is today's topic?
So today's topic is a little fun game. So we don't exactly have rules established, but I think what we're doing for sure is a comedy movie draft. So
Yeah.
me and Zach here are going to pick 5 comedies, and if we're trying to build a squad of 5 comedies that looks better than the other person's comedies.
Yeah.
And I guess you can go at 2 ways with this. You can go, fan favorites, or you can go personal. So
Hmm.
we'll have to see what we kind of do. But the thing is, if I pick super bad, and that means Zach can't pick super bad anymore.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go back and forth here, and then we'll see where we end up. We get 10 movies, and then we'll have the YouTube comments decide if you see this on YouTube, or maybe we'll post it on Instagram if you follow us on Instagram, and
Yes.
you can decide there. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. And after we're done, we can just talk about our list, why
Yeah.
we chose what. Uh, so yeah. All right. Who
Let's
would
get it.
like to go first?
Well, I don't know. How will we decide this?
Hmm.
You know?
You can go first.
All right. I'll take number 1 pick. And I
Okay.
think I just referred to it. So
I figured you would.
I think it's my favorite comedy probably. It's just timeless, so rewatchable, so many funny quotes.
Mhm.
My favorite comedy is Super Bad. It's basic, but I don't care. It's
It's a
it's
good movie.
basic, but it's correct at the same time.
Yeah.
So Super Bad is my first pick. I mean, yeah. Why
Obviously.
who I mean, no matter what, it was going to be a first rounder, I'm sure. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, Jonah Hill, obviously, McLovin, so iconic, Michael Cera, and then you
Yeah.
got like people forget
Bill
about
Hader.
Seth Rogen and Bill Hader in that film, and they're like the funniest parts when you're actually watching it. And
Yes.
so, yeah, it's such a great film. It's like
It is.
perfectly paced. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. This is gonna be difficult.
Yep.
Um. I guess I will do. I'm just checking. I'm just looking at my letterbox to see if anything can jog my memory. Um, I guess I'll choose. I guess we'll go with Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay, that's a good first pick. That's a
Mm,
good first pick. I mean, Wes Anderson's probably his fan favorite, I would say, like probably his best film. It's not my favorite, but I would
what's
say
your What's your favorite?
I love Moonrise Kingdom, but that's me.
I like Ray Fiennes and Grand Budapest. He's so good.
He's so good. That movie is so visually like stunning. It's insane. Like every single shot can be a painting.
It's so visually stunning. It's
Yeah. It is. It's
visually
amazing.
pleasing.
It is. The aesthetics, obviously everybody wants to copy Wes Anderson's aesthetics, but nobody can do it other than him, you know.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah. All right.
Okay. So we'll move on to round 2 here. So, I think with my second pick, I'm
Mm-hmm.
probably going to go a little more personal on this one. Okay, my question to you, Zachary Trinkle,
Yes.
is can we do like, is it like straight up comedies, or can we mix it up and go like,
Like, I mean, that's what I did
can there be
because
like a horror comedy? Can there be
yeah,
like,
yeah. It doesn't matter what. Like I was gonna, I would consider that Grand Budapest is not a straight comedy. It's a dramedy. It's not a straight comedy.
okay, so with that being the case, then I would like to say my second pick for the draft is going to be Ladybird.
That's a good pick. Good pick.
Because Ladybird, it is a dramedy, I would say it leans more drama than comedy,
Yes,
but at the same time, it's got little themes of comedy in there, and it's very funny when you
it
watch
is.
it. It's a coming of age story that's beautifully done. I think it's Greta Gerwig's best, but Little Women is
Barbie.
like so close behind it, and so is Barbie. They're both great. So, but yeah,
Fair. Fair. All right.
go ahead. Your pick, Zachary.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go with a recent comedy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with one of the best rom coms in the last 10 years.
Ooh.
I'm gonna choose. Let's go with Rye Lane.
Wow. Okay.
Underrated, underrated indie rom com.
I would agree with that. I don't know for top 5 comedies of all time though. Like
That's true.
it is. It's still early.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think like it has the potential to be a very underrated cult classic in the future. But for right now, I think it's too early to tell. But I
I mean,
still love that movie.
for now, it's the best. It's one of the best films of the year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have it in my top 10, top 5 still. So,
Oh wow.
but I think like we're top 5 comedies of all time. I don't know if it's there yet.
Mhm.
Um
Your turn. You're number 3.
Okay, third round. Here we go. I think I'm gonna go another personal little pick here. I'm gonna do Richard Linklater's School of Rock
Mm,
because it
good
is
one.
a comedy. Obviously, it's kind of like a musical a little bit. It's got
Yeah.
Jack Black, obviously, in the role he was born to play, and Dewey Finn.
So good.
He is insanely good in this movie, and I like ever since I figured out that it was directed by Richard Linklater, like this film has like meant like because obviously I was so nostalgic to it before, and then
Hmm.
now adding into this layer of that I love Richard Linklater already, and that he's directed this movie for some reason. I don't really even know how he ended up directing this movie, but I love that he did, and he did a wonderful job, and it explains why the movie is so good, obviously.
Hmm.
Because
And
like
Mike White's writing.
yeah, and Mike White's writing. Yeah, because like this movie could have easily been, just a little like a cookie cutter Nickelodeon comedy, but instead it is one of the greatest, one of my favorite comedies out there. I rewatch it probably once a year, and I love it so much.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, um, what will I choose next? I guess I will choose. Um, I'm gonna choose the Oscar-winning, Best Picture-winning Parasite.
Ooh,
It's a,
okay.
it's a dark comedy,
That is true. That is a good pick. That is a very good pick.
satire.
Yeah. Because I know when the first time I watched that, I was not expecting it to be a comedy, but it totally is.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
I did not expect it to make me laugh as hard as it did.
No, yeah, seriously. I think that is a like a little staple with all of Bong Joon-ho's films. Obviously, I've only seen a few, but even like with Memories of Murder, with how dark that movie is, there are like little hints of comedy that just like make you die laughing. And
Yeah.
I know Okja is a comedy as well, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously he likes the little comedy scene as well, which I
Snowpiercer
respect.
can be funny as well.
Snowpiercer's funny too, so
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
All right. Number 4 for you, Spencer.
Number 4. Okay, getting to the later rounds here. I think just like I like this movie. I might go a little more fan base here because I really love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie is also just pop culture wise just a staple for all of us. So I'm going to go Mean Girls on this one.
Mm,
Mean Girls can't really be beat when it comes to mid 2000s. Is that mid 2000s?
2004, when
2004.
I
So
was
early
born.
2000s. Other than Super Bad, it really can't be beat. It's a great comedy. Obviously, we get the three girls. What's her name? What's the main girl's name? I'm
Lindsay
blanking.
Lohan.
No, but the one we all know, the iconic
Oh,
Regina George.
yeah.
Obviously, we get introduced to Regina George, and she is a wonderful character, and we love her, even though she is a horrible human being. But
Mm-hmm.
she is so entertaining. It's insane. Rachel McAdams is absolutely amazing in everything she's in. I don't understand how she's not like bigger, but I know she's very famous, but like it's just insane that she has The Notebook and Mean Girls, and those are two polar opposite performances, but they're both iconic. I think
Mm-hmm.
she's a great actress. I think she's
I
underrated.
haven't seen The Notebook. I have never seen The Notebook.
The Notebook is very good. I think it's a like I think when it comes to rom coms, I guess it's not really even a com, but romantic films, I think it's a little overrated. Like I
Yeah,
think
that's what I've heard.
there are
That's
better
overrated.
romance films that probably deserve that type of recognition like The Notebook gets. But I do still think it's a wonderful story and it's wonderfully acted. Obviously, Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. So I think Notebook is great, but there are better romance
You could
films.
honestly argue that Forrest Gump is a better romantic movie than that movie.
Bro, okay, I would agree with you, but all my homies hate Jenny. All my homies hate Jenny.
What?
She's awful to Forrest. She is
She is.
horrible.
She does not deserve the love that he gives her.
No, she is awful to Forrest Gump. And
Well,
I mean, it is very romantic, and
it
I
is.
would agree with that. But at the same time, when you really, really think about it, it's like
Jenny's an
awful.
asshole.
She's terrible. Well, I like understand
Yeah.
why she's doing these things, but at the same time, I'm like, why are you doing these things?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's
Bro,
infuriating, but I do agree it's a very good romantic film.
bro, that final scene, it's so good.
It is.
Right before she dies, like she says, he's named Forrest right after
I
his
know.
daddy. Bro,
And
gives
then
me
he's
chills
like, is he
every time.
smart?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know. He that movie is under I think that movie was like very popular and very pop
Hmm.
in the pop culture, and
Hmm.
like as the years have gone on it's got less and less, and now it's become into the point of underrated almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it doesn't get talked about enough. That film is a mix of action, romance, comedy. It's insane. That movie is one of the best movies out
Hmm.
there.
Hmm. All right.
But what is your fourth round pick?
Well, I'm gonna go a little. What I think this movie is very underrated, even though it does get talked about a bit. It's very underrated. I think it's one of Jim Carrey's best comedies. Liar Liar. Liar Liar is one of the
Okay.
best comedies I've ever seen. I love Liar Liar.
Hmm.
In my
I've never
opinion,
seen Liar Liar.
what?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it's better than Dumb and Dumber. It's funnier. It's funnier than Dumb and Dumber.
Oh no. No.
It's
There's
not
no
better
way.
than Bruce Almighty. Nothing is better than Bruce Almighty.
What? Bruce Almighty?
Yes, Bruce Almighty is his best comedy.
Okay, that's I don't know. That's no. There's no way that's true. I
Liar
haven't
Liar is
seen Bruce
so
Almighty.
good.
I haven't seen Liar Liar. I've seen Bruce Almighty, but I haven't seen it in a long time. But Liar Liar, I've never seen. But
It's
I
so
will
good.
say, Dumb and Dumber is it's hilarious. The
It,
Mask, it's hilarious. Ace Ventura, hilarious. Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls, underrated and hilarious.
Liar Liar is better than all of
I
those.
don't know. I've never seen it, but and I believe you because honestly, I love Jim Carrey so much. So
It has
I believe any performance he's in has the capacity to be good and a great comedy. But so maybe I'll have to add that to my watch list. But
it has it has one of the best plots that I've. It's one of the most creative plots I have ever heard. It's
hmm,
about a lawyer who his son makes a wish and he can't lie for a day. It's one of the best comedies I've ever seen. It's so good.
oh no, that's crazy.
It's on Netflix. It's so good.
I don't know though, cause like he's got so many good movies though.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't like
But
even The Grinch.
Liar Liar is better than The Grinch.
Hmm. Hmm.
The
We might
Grinch
have
is
to
kind
do
of
a. We might have to do a
overrated, in my
Chris.
opinion.
What? No,
Yeah,
the Grinch is
yeah,
not
it's a little
overrated, bro.
overrated.
The
It
Grinch
is
is
overrated.
underrated.
It is not underrated. I
You know what's
guarantee
a
you
little
that.
overrated, in my
What?
opinion? Elf.
What? Wo- I'm sorry. What? What is
Elf is not
wrong with
that
you?
great.
You are
It's funny.
wrong.
It's not
It's
that good of
so
a
good.
Christmas movie though.
It's so good. It's the
It's not
best
that good of a
Christmas
Christmas.
movie.
It's not. Okay, I
What
will.
about?
Okay, honestly, I will say I like the Grinch better than Elf. But Elf is still a very great movie. I'm not gonna sit here and talk like I hate Elf because I don't. I really think Elf is great. Will Ferrell is great, but like we
Bro,
remember,
Zoe Deschanel.
I feel like I know she's great, but like I'm gonna say this: like I would say the first hour and a half of Elf is like amazing. Like the last 30 minutes of Elf, it's just like you don't remember it too much.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
think
I do agree with that.
I just think like Grinch is just a better, well-rounded movie.
Bro,
But
R.I.P. James Caan and
oh
Ed
man,
Asner and
I
Bobby
know,
Moore.
man. Dang, a lot of people died from that movie. That's crazy. But James Caan, man, that's so sad. I love
He's
James Caan.
so good in that movie
He
too.
is great in that movie.
Peter Dinklage is so underrated in that movie.
That movie. That's like such a small role for him, but like it's so good. It's one of his best, honestly.
Think you're tough, my friend? Call me enough. One more time.
Oh, it's so good.
I get more action in a week than you have in your entire life.
Oh my god. Peter Dinklage is a great actor, man.
He is. He
I
is.
love him.
He's
Um
also great in the Angry Birds movie.
oh, that's a weird pull. I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
Mighty Eagle in the Angry Birds movie.
What?
Yes,
It's a weird,
I know.
weird tangent, bro. What the hell? Mighty Eagle?
Yes,
Dude, I need to pull up a scene of Mighty Eagle, but I don't know. I don't remember really anything about that Angry Birds movie.
I love the Angry Birds movie.
Really, I don't remember. Was that Illumination?
No, it was Sony Pictures Animation.
Sony Pictures Animation. Okay. Yeah, I need to. Oh, actually, I remember Josh Gad
Yeah,
was the yellow one.
he's Chuck. Yeah, Danny
Mm.
McBride,
Danny
Jason
McBride. Yeah.
Sudeikis,
Okay.
Bill Hader,
Oh wow. Okay, this is a good cast. I mean, hmm. Maybe I should give it
um,
a rewatch, but I don't
Maya
remember much.
Rudolph.
Oh really? Was
Yeah.
she the one that like? I think she was the one that dropped eggs and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I might need to rewatch that. Is that
hmm
on anything? Do you know?
I remember it was on Netflix for a really long time.
Hmm.
It might still
I
be on
think
there.
I think my favorite Peter Dinklage role is him as Trask in X-Men.
Really, not Game
Um
of Thrones?
I've never seen Game of Thrones, so
Oh right, you only saw House of Dragon.
I've only seen Hot D. But
Ah,
Trask
D.
and Trask and X-Men what's it called, bro?
Is
The
it
one I
Days of Future
just watched.
Past?
Yeah, Days of Future Past, yeah.
That's the best
X-
one.
It is. It's I really love Days of Future Past. I mean, that's the best. I think that's the best X-Men movie, but not the best Fox movie because obviously Logan exists.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I really love X-Men Days of Future Past, and Peter Dinklage is wonderful in that movie. So,
hmm
all right,
All right, you're number
we're gonna
5.
move it into round 5 here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, for my last pick, what am I gonna go with? Oh goodness, there's so many good comedies out there. It's really hard to pick here.
hmm
Okay, let me think here. I'm looking at my letterbox. I'm looking through.
hmm
I feel like I had one in mind and I totally have blanked on it. When I see it, I'll know. When I see it, I'll know. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
hmm
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. This could go for a multitude of drafts. It's also one of those little ones that is kind of a mix between two different genres. My fifth and final pick, a little more personal, is going to be Evil Dead 2. I
See,
love,
I watched that movie with you, and I thought it was okay.
I love Evil Dead 2.
I
It's
think I'd, I think I'd like Army of Darkness much more.
whoa, that it's easily my favorite Evil Dead film. It's so funny. The physical comedy that this man Bruce Campbell does is insane in this film. He literally, like, what do you not like about his hand turning into a deadite? So then he fights his hand smashing him in the face with plates, and then his hand grabs his hair and makes him do a flip. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. This man fought his hand and then cut it off with a chainsaw, and one of the best shot scenes I've ever seen is when his face is covered in blood after he just cut off his hand and he's screaming into the camera. I love that scene so much. But I think Evil Dead 2 is amazing. I think it's the best Evil Dead film. I love Bruce Campbell. Obviously, I mean, I think the film is at its best in the first 30 to 40 minutes. I think the film gets a little more like lame when it turns into like a original like a stereotypical Evil Dead film. But that being said, I do still think I really like the Evil Deadness of it.
hmm
And it also turns into one of the silliest endings ever. Like there's a tree attacking the house and this man has a chainsaw arm with a shotgun in the other hand, and he's just fighting a tree, and then he gets sent to a portal and wakes up in a crazy
Yeah.
mystic land before deadites were just invented. So I just think that movie is one of the craziest rides you'll ever get on if you've never seen Evil Dead 2, and I love it so much.
I mean, apparently, it's very. It's not. It's an kind of an unpopular opinion to think that the first one is better than the second one.
Yeah. You,
Because
you
I
said
think
it's,
the first one's better.
that's crazy to me. The first one's,
I love the first one.
I think the first one is like, I think it's important, but it's not literally. The first one is completely retconned in the first 15 minutes of Evil Dead
I
2,
know.
and it's better that way. And I don't know. I just think Evil Dead 1 was just like for what it was at the time. These kids went out and they made a film with like money that they all gathered up together, and for what that is, it's a great film. But
Mm.
comparing to other Evil Dead films, it's not the best, and it's not as close to Evil Dead 2 or even Evil Dead Rise. I don't know. Okay, that's really hard for me. Those are both like very close. Just
Evil
because,
Dead Rise is better than Evil Dead 2.
no, it's not. Oh,
Yes, it is.
no, it's
Yes,
not.
yes, it is.
No, it's not. Oh my God, no, it's
I
not.
like the darkness. That's
So
why I
wait.
love the remake.
Okay, so wait. You're putting Evil Dead 2. So you said you prefer Army of Darkness over Evil Dead 2. You said you prefer Evil Dead 1 over Evil Dead 2. So you're putting Evil Dead 2 at the bottom of the Evil Dead list?
Yes.
That is insane. That is insane. Dude, bro, that is just wrong.
No.
There's okay, film is subjective, but you're wrong.
Evil Dead is not supposed to be funny. It's just not how it works.
It is.
No. The
It
first one
is.
wasn't funny. I loved the first one.
What's Army of Darkness? Army of Darkness is literally a comedy.
No. No, I'm saying I probably would have liked Army of Darkness more. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't seen it.
But from what you've seen, Evil Dead 2 is at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think if you watch Army of Darkness, you would understand that Evil Dead is kind of a mixture of horror comedy,
Yeah.
and so therefore you would like. But you've only seen like more horror-y of the Evil Dead universe,
Yeah.
so I think Evil Dead 2 is just a weird standout in your brain. But to me, that is the gold standard because
Because
it's
it was weird.
scary, it's funny.
It was really weird to watch Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 back to back because they're two completely different movies.
Yeah, I understand that. That's true. But I think Evil Dead 2 does everything Evil Dead 1 does just better, and it's funnier, and it's goofy, and it's just better. I don't know. It's one of my favorite horror movies ever, and it's still one of my favorite comedies ever, and I just love it.
I
And Sam
love
Raimi.
I love the first movie because of its griminess, because of how indie it is, and he's a Michigan State alum. Um,
Yeah.
he's from
Which is
Michigan.
referenced the whole series.
Yes, he's from Michigan. Um he's and the Great and Powerful is so good.
I've never seen. Oh, actually, I have seen that. That's so weird. I have a weird like.
James
I feel like I'm having a fever dream right now. Is there a doll?
Yeah, it's played by Joey King.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that film in so long. That all just okay. Actually, all these memories are rushing in my brain. I remember we were in. I was at a motel in somewhere in Indiana with my cousin, and we were like, we got to go see Oz the Great and Powerful, and we saw it in theaters, and that was the last
So
time I
did
saw it.
so did my parents took me and my sister. Still, that jump scare is one of the scariest things I've ever
What
witnessed.
jump scare?
There's a jump scare at the end,
Oh,
like
really?
with the
Oh, with the witch?
with the Wicked Witch. Yeah, it really
Yeah. Wasn't
scared
that
me.
Mila Kunis too?
Yeah, it was.
That's so weird. I was about to I watched Wizard of Oz like a couple months
Hmm.
ago, and I was about to watch uh, Oz and the Great and Powerful because, but I never even knew that was Sam Raimi, to be honest. That's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
neither did I. I didn't make that connection,
That's kind of crazy.
but it's so good. He did
Yeah.
so well in that movie.
I need
It's
to watch that again.
I think that's one of the movies that got me into horror because that film scared me so bad. I would not like I would not look at the screen. I had to cover my eyes when I was in the theater watching that.
Oh my
And even when
goodness.
I watched it on TV, I think I covered my eyes when I was younger.
Well, obviously, Sam Raimi is really good at including his horror aspects
Hmm.
of his filmmaking into all of his other films. I think, like, Wanda in Doctor Strange 2 is kind of
Hmm.
a horror villain at
Yep,
points. So, which is awesome to watch.
I know.
But, which I think is dope. So, yeah, Sam Raimi is one of my favorite directors. Evil Dead
Doctor
2.
Strange 2 is so underrated, in my opinion.
Okay,
Be-
I watched it once. I watched
mm,
it twice. The first time I watched it, I was like, I was on a high because WandaVision had just came out like a year before that,
mhm.
and I really love WandaVision. And then
Let's not talk about WandaVision.
we will that'll be another podcast because me and
Mm,
Zach have very opposing opinions on WandaVision. But um, so then I watched WandaVision. I love WandaVision. And then
Loki was
Doctor
better.
Strange 2 comes out, and Wanda is obviously a main part of that. And I
Mm,
thought her story arc was pretty well executed in that. Then I rewatched it with my cousin and my grandparents. And
does it
I
have the
was
same wife?
bored the whole
Yeah,
time. I was just like, well, the thing is, Doctor Strange 2 is, it just feels like,
longer.
it just felt like they were just doing it for, like, it felt like they should have just made a Wanda movie and not had included Doctor Strange just because he can go to the multiverse and we can see Patrick Stewart. That's kind of what it felt like to me. I felt like we could have just had a solo Wanda movie, and that was the only interesting part of it to me. I really didn't care much about what was going on with Doctor Strange at Wong, but
I like the multiverse swap jumping. That's what I liked.
I I liked it the first time I watched it. The second time, and when I already knew what was going to happen, and like I already knew that the Illuminati came in just to die. Like, the second time I watched it, I was just like, this is literally pointless. We're building up to nothing,
Hmm.
pretty much, because like you get there, it's cool. You see all those characters, and then they die. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, it's a cool choice in the moment, but when on a rewatch, you're like, dude, like, we're really doing 40 minutes to build up to this, and then it's nothing. And obviously, okay, a lot of people, I think this movie really, there are sometimes movies, I think, like, depending on whether you like the movie or not, is the one particular scene. Do you like the music fight in Doctor Strange 2?
Yes, I do.
I don't like that
What?
music fight. It's
Really?
stupid. It's dumb. I think it's stupid.
Uh,
I don't know. I think the music is nice, but
Danny Elfman's score is so good.
obviously it's Danny Elfman. So I really love Danny Elfman. But like, that fight is just dumb to me.
Mm,
And especially with them building up to Sinister Strange and What If, because What If was like, the best episode was the one with Sinister Strange,
yes, it was.
and then we get a like somewhat variant of Sinister
Some
Strange, and
dog shit version, watered
dude,
down. It
I
made me
know.
so upset.
And then
I
the
thought he was
only
gonna be
thing,
Mephisto, and he wasn't, and I'm upset.
I know, yeah, exactly. So then I'm like, dude, this is how we're gonna kill this badass looking Doctor Strange evil
Mm.
version. We're gonna kill him by a music note hitting him in the face. I was just like, this is stupid. So whatever.
But
Um,
Bruce
yeah.
Campbell, though.
But Bruce Campbell, yeah, and
Bruce
Sam Raimi,
Campbell is so good in that movie.
and Elizabeth Olsen,
Yeah,
obviously.
she's hot.
Okay, we're gonna go to round 5 for Zach's
Yeah.
pick.
Um, my final pick was. We just talked 20 minutes about Doctor Strange when your pick was Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, we went on a little bit of a tangent.
But it's fine because
It's
it'll make
okay,
the episode longer.
for
So,
sure.
Um, my number 5 is a movie that I really like. Little Miss Sunshine. I love Little Miss
Yes, I was
Sunshine.
gonna pick that. That was a good pick.
Steve Carell's really good in it. Paul Dano's really good. Everyone's
Paul
really
Dano's
good.
amazing. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Rip Allen
That's
Arkin.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love Alan Arkin. He is so good. He's so good in Edward Scissorhands too. I
I've
love
never
him.
seen Edward Scissorhands.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, Little Miss Sunshine is an amazing movie. Steve Carell in that movie is the best. But I think, man, that whole cast, Toni Collette, you can't forget about her. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
she's great in that movie. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, what's her name? Is it Abigail, the little
Abigail
girl?
Breslin, she's so good in that
She is
movie too.
insanely good in that movie. And like, what is your favorite scene in that movie?
I really like the ending. I love the ending.
I love the ending too, but I think that film has so many good scenes.
Or when
Um,
Paul Dano finally breaks. It's so
yeah,
good.
I think that's either my favorite or the ice cream scene is one of
Yes.
my favorites too. Ice cream, that was a great scene, and like the dad was like, "Oh, you don't want to eat ice cream unless you if you want to be if you want to win this pageant." Obviously, the dad he was
Greg
he
Kinnear.
was he was an ass, but at the same time, he was like trying to help. Like I could see he had pure intentions, but it just was coming across awfully. And so, but then, so like for the first hour of that movie, you really don't like his character much, but
Mm-hmm.
he redeems himself as the movie goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that scene's great. And then they all start eating ice cream, and then she's like, "Oh, I want some ice cream."
They all just when they all start fucking up the pageant, it's just so great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great scene. And then that one masculine dude stands up and starts clapping. That's a great scene.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Just when they realize that this is really fucked up. This industry is real fucked up. So they just start making a
Yeah.
mockery of it. It's just so
Yeah.
good.
It is insanely like I can't believe that's a real thing.
I
Like
know.
pageantry, all that stuff is
My
insane.
God, holy shit! It's so weird. I don't
Yep.
understand it.
No, yeah,
It's like
it's crazy.
toddlers and tiaras.
And then they make him sing for 15 minutes.
Honey Boo Boo Child.
It's crazy.
um.
All right. So let's go through all of our five again.
Yeah.
Just say them one more time.
Mhm.
So my first was Super Bad.
Mhm.
My second was Lady Bird. Third was School of Rock. Fourth was Mean Girls, and my fifth was Evil Dead 2.
Mhm.
And for you?
My first was. I completely forgot.
Your first was Grand Budapest.
Yes, Grand Budapest. Second one was. Oh God, Rye Lane, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Third one was Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth one was Liar Liar. Fifth one was Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay. Yep. So those are both of our lists. I think I think this both of our lists are pretty good. I think I have more fan favorites and you have kind of personal favorites.
Yeah.
But
So
I
yours would
also have a couple of
probably win.
we will see. I think what is gonna fail you is your Rylane pick.
Yeah, that's. I was going to choose Fargo. That was going to be the one I would
Mm,
choose instead of that one because Fargo's so good and
it
it's a
is
fan favorite. It's
for
probably
sure.
the Coen brothers' best film.
I love Burn After Reading, and that's
I've
also a
never
fun
seen
movie.
Burn After Reading.
It is. There's such a shocking death in that movie, and it replays in my brain like every every few months. Like honestly, whenever I think about the Coen brothers, I always think about that scene. So, but yeah,
But the Minnesotan accents in Fargo just make me laugh so hard.
they are
Oh, we
hilarious.
we got a dead body over here. It just makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah, it does. It's amazing.
William H. Macy running from the fucking cops. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kidnap my wife.
That movie is hilarious.
It
I love that
is.
movie.
It's just a bunch of accidents.
It is. It is.
Poor Steve Buscemi.
I know that
He was
that
just
poor
trying
guy.
to. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just trying to make a living, and now he's dead.
Poor Frances McDormand too.
Yeah, yeah.
She got thrown in the
Oh,
middle of all that too.
yeah, I know. She was pregnant too.
That's insane.
That one guy who was the Zodiac. I forgot what his name was.
Goodness, that movie is insane.
It is.
I need to
All
watch that
right.
one again.
Well, thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Make sure you vote in the comments
Yes,
below which
comment at the
one.
bottom comments below.
Yeah,
Put like
that.
the films in the description, like our list, and then we'll probably post something on Instagram, like a little poll or something,
Yeah.
and then we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for listening, and have a lovely rest of your day. Yeah. We did it.
Is it recording still?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It says recording for me.
Oh, it does. Nope, I got it. It's uploading.
That's weird. For me, it says recording still.
Huh.
Okay, so what I did, I made a little list.
It is still recording. You are correct. I can see it now. All right. Thank you so much.
No, you gotta cut that out. You can't keep this in. No, you can't just say thank you, bro. You gotta just do a quick little edit, bro. You don't say thank you, bro. We can't look like grandmas on the internet, dude.
Thank you for watching. Have a nice
No,
day.